What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to get into something that I think is important to recognize, and for whatever reason I don't think society is really willing to admit it, and that is alcohol. Booze is the real gateway drug. We're taught growing up, or at least I was, that marijuana was the gateway drug. And I'm not advocating smoking marijuana or anything like that, but in my experience, alcohol by and far is the gateway drug. Alcohol is the first substance that I experienced when I was young. I was 15, maybe even younger. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of just years, 2 decades of just drinking heavily, partying heavily. And looking back, everything that I regret, or not everything, but 99% of the things that I regret in life were due to alcohol. All the times that I made a fool of myself, alcohol was involved. Drinking way more than I should, just being out of control, constantly slurring my words, eyes, I didn't even control my eyes. They're crossed, rolling all over the place, drooling on myself, beer all over myself, thinking I was the coolest dude in town. I've had run-ins with the law. I spent time in jail. I lost my license twice because of alcohol. And there's nothing really to say about that. It's kind of crazy how socially acceptable drinking is. I remember in high school, it was pretty normal for the parents to be at the parties. They'd be there while their kid was having the party at their house. We're all drinking. Sometimes the parents would be drinking with us. If that was anything else, like cocaine or meth or fentanyl or something, everyone would be like, what? But with alcohol, it's fine. It's perfectly normal for parents to have a beer with their kid, when they're underage, when they're not even ready to drink. It's socially acceptable to drink underage. No one bats an eye. But alcohol has gotten myself, and I know a lot of other people, in a lot of trouble. And it leads to other things. It leads to experimenting with other drugs that maybe you normally wouldn't have even tried. You're drunk, you're buzzed, you're carefree. You're aware of the consequences, but they don't matter. Like, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try this. And next thing you know, you're hooked on something else. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And not saying I wouldn't have tried those things without alcohol, but alcohol definitely was a huge factor in a lot of experimentation, a lot of other substances that, you know, I needed that like next fix, that new high. Because with any drug, the more you do it, the more you're going to need to get that same high. You're always chasing that first high, chasing the dragon, so to speak. Same with alcohol. Over time you build tolerance, and you have to drink more, you have to drink more, you have to drink faster. You have to drink a bunch of hard alcohol. And it never does the trick. So you drink more and you drink more, and then you introduce other things to take it to the next level. And that's going to introduce a whole nother world of problems and issues with things that are way more addictive than just alcohol. I am no stranger to introducing myself to other party substances to prolong the night, to party harder, to take it to the next level. And that for me was, in the beginning it was just here and there, and after a while it takes a hold of you, and then you're in a place where you never thought you'd be, and it's scary and it's dark. And honestly, that's why one of the main reasons that I had to quit drinking was because I couldn't drink without wanting other stuff. And they kind of went hand in hand. And I knew I needed to quit both, all things, but alcohol had to be the first to go. Because it got to a point where one sip of alcohol and I wanted X, Y, and Z. And that just, it changed everything, really. It just took partying to a whole nother level, drinking to a whole nother level, hangovers and the come down to a whole nother level. And it was not a good time. It was not a good time. And drinking caused all that. And now I'm not saying that, like, if I didn't drink I wouldn't have, went down these other roads. And but it sure it certainly it certainly didn't it didn't help. It didn't help. And I'll get into, the other things in other videos down the line. Not quite ready to share that stuff yet, but I will, because I know it's important, because I know other people that are going through the same thing, struggling with other substances. It's just alcohol and then this and then that, and they pile on top of each other, they snowball. And one minute you're having the best time of your life, and then not, a few hours later you're having the worst time of your life. So we'll get into that later, guys. More to come. I appreciate you guys stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I've been putting out more and more content lately, and I'm starting today. My goal is to put out a video every single day. So follow along. I'm obviously new to this. It's not too high tech. I just turn my phone on. I like filming outdoors in nature. I like being outdoors in nature anyway. It's calming. It's good on the eyes. It's just a good place to be. So come along, 30-day challenge, 30 videos. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.